Alright, it is 10 p.m. and I'm gonna record myself programming. So, for the next version, which I haven't thought of a number yet, it could be 1.4.1, it could be 1.5. Well, what I wanted to include is, it's two features, but I gotta work on this feature first. Let's see if I can get it to work. Well, it doesn't have to be chargeable, I mean, I guess, but I have a different idea in mind, which is to list the super attack type in a tooltip, since I did research them apparently. I wasn't even aware, honestly. It's been that long, yeah. So I could just have a tooltip on the cell itself, and you can just click over that, or hover over it, and then it displays. Or I can change the cell color, but I'm not even sure. Yeah, it's been a while. So let's just add blast2 type to blast2 cells. Something like that. I mean, it sounds kind of vague, but I just explained what it is. So, fortunately for me, I don't have to add a new button when executing the program. So, I mean, I can just focus on this, and that should be enough. Meaning that I have to go to character table display, and from here, I can just uncheck this because, essentially, let's try executing it now. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's taken like a little while. I could add a progress bar. I'm thinking of that because essentially, you see how there's 780 items? Well, in the code itself, if we go to functionality, what I wrote, well, if it's not in here, then it's in, yeah, it should be in here anyway. Yeah, it is, now I remember, because I added another option, which essentially only gets the first costume. So it reduces the amount of files, let's say, from 780 to... Why is it doing this? It's not searching properly. There we go. So from 780 to 130, and that should improve performance a lot. Now if I go here, cell selection actually works. That's the second feature I was talking about. Although, now I have to disable cell editing, because then I can just do this, right? And speaking of which, I just spotted it. You actually forgot to change the skill name. So it should be Super Mouth Blast, right? That's how it should be. But, I mean, it's either that, or I'm looking at the wrong skill lists. Although I don't believe I am, because if I go to, because that's what it looks like. It looks like it's loading the wrong skill list. But if I go here, yeah, if I go here, I have a feeling that it's actually loading the right one, but I have no way of knowing it, which is kind of funny. So what I'll do, is there an option to open it in a new tab? There it is. Man, I can't believe we have to use Explorer like a browser, but that's how they designed it. So if I go here, I should have it set to Neo, yes. Okay, it also has the unpack complete thing that was from when I was doing research on the menus. Should I just open, yeah, I can open Burner's file. No problem, just gonna take a bit of scrolling. Okay, there. I almost got past it. Oh yeah, I just did. I just got past it. So, we're 5 minutes in, and so far no actual programming, which is incredible. Let me scroll back up right here. So, oh yeah, it loaded, right? There. So now, I'm going to look at the skill lists. There's only one skill list. Now, a good explanation of how I program is to actually look at the contents of the file in a hex editor. So what I'll do is go to my own code and literally explain how I made it read the skill list names. So if we go to functionality again, because we already got to that code, right here. So I commented this out originally because what I had in mind was to read the entire skill list. However, I found out that in terms of performance, it's worse. So my solution, I guess, was to just read less information. For some reason, it's not. There we go. So let me move this. Okay. So if we read the code, so it says 188. 188 should be right here. Perfect. So then I copy, or I don't even have to copy the newer versions. It just goes to the address. So it actually takes me to the exact skill list. So we have all these costumes, right? I could unpack all of them, and I bet that each one would still have just one skill list. So if I go back, so what we have here is 47, right? So 47 plus 1 is 48. And then 48 multiplied by 4, I mean, if anything, I feel like I screwed it up because maybe I did, I'm not too sure. Maybe that's what it is, and I just don't know yet. I'm thinking that's what it is because it's this naming scheme that confuses me in Sparking Studio, because technically I think even Hero himself mixed up the names, because this is supposed to be EN, but he put UK. I have no idea why, because if you do the math, right? I'm not even sure why I'm opening up the calculator, but it shouldn't even be pointing here, it should point here. Now for Birder, this is not a problem. Okay, it's not a problem for Birder. But for other characters who have both skill lists, yes, I can see how it can be a problem. So if I go back here, I think I'm noticing different names already. So if I go right about here, so again, I'm noticing different names still. So Birder still says Ginyu Force Birder. Yeah, we're pretty good on that. But I'm trying to find Janemba again, because that's where I spotted the error. And I already got past them. There we go. So yeah, it is fixed. Okay. So the entire time, I had the program point to the wrong skill list. I mean, that's just incredible of me. Because now, what I can do as a programmer is claim that I did more than I actually did by going here and then listing that I fixed the character table display to point to the right skill list. That's it. And then I can include this in the README, no problem. But this is the main feature. Well, I'll get to it in a bit. Since I disabled this, essentially, this line of code, now the next challenge in mind is to, how would I say this, right? Is to check on how to disable editing, not the entire table itself, because that's just a shortcut I took. So I'm gonna think of something, because I might just have to check the methods that the table itself has. Otherwise I have to check the methods of the table model. I have a feeling that that's what it is, because I don't think it's from the table directly. So if I go check all these methods, I mean, I could also just type it out, obviously. Oh, but there it is. So, I mean, I don't think this is the way it's meant to be done. I mean, this edits the cell, right? And it returns a boolean. So it says it returns false if the cell cannot be edited. I'm like, okay, but that's not the method? Because I was thinking, what if I just override something so that the method always returns false or something? I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if that will actually work. So, because again, locking the table is just easier. Locking it. So, I'm assuming it's maybe... Oh, there it is. Oh, that's gotta be it. Maybe I should edit this. Maybe. I have no idea. Because I would just type edit, right? If I just type edit... Oh, there's set editing... That's not what I want, actually. There's also... Okay, this is what's... Oh. This isn't what I'm looking for. This isn't actually disable editing. Yeah, these just... I understand what these are for, but that I don't need them, because I just want the editing to be disabled. So... Oh, man. Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, it's either I make a new table model, or... Yeah, that might just be it. It's either I make a new model, or I literally... I have to go all the way back for this. This is insane. So if we go, scroll back up, yeah, the table is initialized here. So, what I was thinking of doing, and this is so dumb, right? But, look, if Java lets me do this, then we're fine. If it lets me. Because when you do it like this, you actually have to enter the method yourself, which is so annoying. Like, I have to enter literally the method we were looking at earlier. So, is cell editable, right? Because I don't do this often. I don't like overriding methods or making new classes. I remember for a program I did, and it worked, but it made like no sense to even do it in the first place. That was the thing. I think it was for the... What was it? I think it was for the... Is it just called... Let me check real quick. Oh, I mean... It's not bothering me? I'm not sure why it's returning this in particular. I was wondering, maybe I have to properly override it, because sometimes Eclipse... I mean, it does this for action listeners and all that, but it will actually... depending on the interface, it will actually pull up the methods that I need, instead of me having to type them out, because I remember for the mouse adapter, it maybe, I don't know what the issue is exactly, but I would have to type the methods myself instead of having Eclipse autofill them for me. It might just depend on the interface, I have no idea. So right now, let me close this and just run it again. I'm hoping that this works, because if it doesn't, honestly, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Oh, it worked. Yeah, what the hell, it actually worked, okay. I got lucky because, well, I can do this too? I didn't know you could do this. I did not add that. I'm not taking credit for it. Yeah, no, I did not add that. I mean, right now, yeah, I can highlight, I can select multiple, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we got that. Seriously, this is a cool approach, I like this. Again, I've only tried this, it was the other day, but I was trying to disable, you know what it was? So, it's more noticeable the first time. So, when you open, the button becomes smaller, but then I had it restore the borders right here. So when you do it the second time, it doesn't change the button size, right? Before, what I was trying to do, because this is only an issue on Windows, I was trying to have it essentially go through the file chooser method. I have two of those. I changed both to try and have the borders, I guess, update, but it doesn't work like that because the file chooser, for whatever reason, whenever it's called, it just does like a reset of the UI, and then it puts its own borders on the buttons, and that annoyed me significantly. Like, you could notice it does this because it would actually change the focus of the buttons. So I'm pressing tab right now. Before, you wouldn't have this green border show up. Before, it wasn't like that. Before, it would show like those dots around the text, which is the default behavior. So because of Windows, I had that issue. And I swear to God, I tried so many approaches. I went to Stack Overflow, and I thought of my own things here and there. One of which was, and it's so dumb, right? I was trying to like edit, you know what it was actually? So basically what I did was, okay, let's go back up. So I went, and instead of this, what I did was this. Or, not here exactly. I think it's later on in the code. So let's do it here. It's the exact same result anyway, but I thought of doing it. It's essentially new compound border, and then I enter the border names. And then I just import the... Wait, was that not the name? I remember doing it like that. And that's right. No, but I remember doing it exactly like this. If not for that, right? I very specifically remember that I made a class. Not that I made it, I called a new object. Oh, did I just type it wrong? Or what did I do, seriously? Because that's not it. Yeah, you can't instantiate that. No, I know. So, let me just check what I did wrong, because I don't think I actually did it properly. I just remember that I could make a new object, because the class itself actually exists. So I'm not sure why it's telling me that it doesn't. Like, it wasn't doing this last time. So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking it's because of the... Yeah. No, I have a feeling why it's doing that. I'm just not sure. I have a feeling it's because it still wants me to call a border. Like, instead of having it two borders here, it wants like some number for the margin. But it's still showing this up. That's what's confusing me. So sometimes this works in Eclipse, but I can actually just do this. So if I go back to what was it? So wherever the border's at, or the border factory, that's where I'm gonna have the new import. So import JavaX .swing .border, and then there should be another one, right? Because compound border implements abstract. So why is it not showing up here? I do not know. Because normally it would. So if I do this, no, that's gotta be it, because I typed it like what, the exact same way? Oh, there we go, see? It works. It fucking works. Eclipse was just taking the piss and saying, oh, it doesn't exist. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what I did. That is exactly to a T what I did. This was my own thought. And I ran the program, and it's the exact same result. I honestly thought that because I'm calling this from a static class, that it would change everything. No, the fuck it didn't. So, yeah. Yeah, sometimes over-engineering, or just overthinking in general, because this isn't me reinventing the wheel, it's more like trying to find a different solution to the same problem, that's it. Like, I wasn't really trying to complicate it, but it came across like that because I was thinking so many other things in an attempt to solve that problem, and then I just did this, right? So I went right here, I disabled this line, and then I ran the code, and in the end, this looks like shit, I know, but this actually works. It doesn't change the button size. And then I ran it on Linux, and I was like, wait, Linux runs the exact same look and feel, it's called. Yeah, it's the exact same one. So even if I just remove the line of code, for Linux it wouldn't make a difference. So it's like GG. So I guess we can get back to the main subject matter because I've been rambling for like 20 minutes. I haven't done any actual programming yet. You can't believe it, man. So okay, first things first, I need what was it? DX EFF files. That's a terrible name, but we'll stick with it. Okay, right here. And it's the classic case of waiting forever for AFS Explorer to open. Because it actually does take forever. So in the meantime, I guess I could just program, you know, what I wanted to do. So here's the thing. Oh, there we go. Right as I was gonna say it, it just opens up. Okay, fair. You know, you can do that. I'm not gonna complain. You can do that all you want. So here, bam. Okay, now I can go back. So what I need to do is I need to write. So I'm having it call here a random access file, essentially an instance of the file that lets me edit the binary data, like the bytes. Let's put it simply. And I'm gonna have to do the same thing here, but it's gonna call a different pack. It's gonna be the EFF. But this isn't where I handle the filtering. That is for this class right here. So now I'm reading 1 byte from the file. That's it. So in retrospect, what I think I should have done from the beginning is to already include the filtering in here so that it already knows what. So what I'm saying is, so when I go to the file chooser method right here, I could have just included this, all of this right here could have just been its own method right here. Like, it still counts as functionality. So right now, I mean, I could have it return a byte or an integer. It makes no difference to me. As in, here, for example, it's reading an array, right? But the array does actually contain bytes. It's not like, or how do I say it? I said it wrong. The array in the file itself contains integers, yes. So I didn't make that up. Whereas here, I could either have it return a byte, and I could just write, hey, get special attack type. Something like that. Did I fully type out attack or ATK? Because I have my own, yeah, no, I didn't actually, yeah, I typed the full thing out. Doesn't matter. So then here, I can go right here. I can be more specific. I can say EFF. So then, what do I do? Well, I mean, I would need a sample file first for me to explain. This isn't how you're supposed to search it, I know. Should be a little more precise. Right here. So I have the very first EFF that I need. I mean, this is just perfect. I can't complain. So, EFF files. Of course, I'm gonna have to include way more later to show the performance impact. So, if I go right here, in my hex editor, so here we have the number of contents, and then here we have the offsets, and these contain the actual addresses. So 48 is the actual beginning. Yep. Now, if I recall, the 00.dat file, and this is my problem with this, I have to do it in a chain sort of way. So what I have to do, I have to also include the super attack ID or something. I just have to do it. There's no other way around it. So I have to include an attack ID. And the ID, because if the first blessed one, let's say, begins right here, the offset is 4, but the ID could be 0. That's how I was thinking of doing it. So it would be offset minus 4 divided by 4. Or, no, I got it wrong. Offset divided by 4 minus 4. So, what I can do is then, because this is more like the reverse, realistically, I would have to do this. So, effect.seek, attack ID, again, the same way I did it before. I add 4 and then multiply by 4. I'm not sure why it went out of the bracket like that. That kind of annoys me when it does happen. Of course, so because I'm using a random access file, I'm obligated to include the input-output exception, which is so annoying to do this literally every time, but it needs to be done. So then here, what do? So I go to the first plus one, right? Which is this. Then, this is the number of contents again. There it is. But I have to go here. So it's 112, but it's not this 112. It's 112 from this point. So if I select 112 bytes, I actually get to the location. So what I need to do is I actually need to keep track of the position. So how do I go about doing this? So int position, and then I go and just read it from the file, but before I read it, I have to make sure it's in the right format. Luckily, I wrote this method, just 4 lines of code, right here. I've used this method so much, it just reverses the byte order in memory, so that it's actually read properly, because otherwise, this value would just be this huge number, which is invalid. So, I have to do it like this. So then, read integer. Beautiful. So I read the integer. What do I do from here? I go to the position. Then, I have to move by... I could have included this right here, actually. I need to move by 4, because, again, the first integer is the number of contents. So I need to skip that, which I just did. And then... and then I read out the offset, the next offset. But I have to include this either in another variable or not. If I want to do that, I should be a bit more transparent on what position this is exactly. Because this should be, so I'm gonna call it attack pack offset, which is a good name because that's exactly what it is. And then I'm gonna go right here, and this is going to be the attack dat offset because it's referring to the dat. I'm not gonna say DAT, just dat of the file. So again, it's the same line of code, just different variable. I read that. Then I go to, okay, but this is the tricky part because I can't just enter this. It's going to be wrong, as I explained. I need to do this instead. So I'm going to have to do it like this. What I could do, additionally, this is just so that I don't have to add 4 twice. I could do this, take it out from here, and then add the plus sign here. And of course I made a typo. But hey, now it's perfect. And then this is the last thing I have to do. Because I'm only reading 1 byte. Again, this isn't wrong either, but this is in the right location. So let me demonstrate this with the first +2. So if I go here, you see it's very further down the file. So here, 192 again. I think it's 192 no matter what. I could have just hard coded it, but I'm not like that. I'm not gonna do it. So then I go here, 32 more. So I need to add 32, right? And then here we have 0, 3. So chargeable. Yep, this is proof that it's chargeable. There it is. So what do? Return. And then I just type EFF.read. And naturally it's going to select this. Now, of course there's also this. Apparently the difference, I'm assuming, I don't really get what it is. Because it just looks like it's changing the... it just looks like it's changing. Like, both of them actually do read 1 byte. That is true. But the return type is different, and they also explain it a bit differently, which is confusing, because I thought for a minute maybe one of them is signed, the other's unsigned, but this doesn't really matter because the other values I tried just disabled the super attack, so there are only 10 types in total, which is weird. And because of this, right, now I was thinking, what if I make another class just for... But then I was like, I should stop doing that, because I already have literally 8 classes up in here, okay? Now I understand why I made different classes for the GUI, but for the functionality, yeah, I could split it, but I think it would matter more if my program was on the same scale as this program. Yeah, that's fair, I think. So... yeah, I don't think I can revise any code. I can just take this out because I accidentally left it in. You know, that's how competent I am. I just casually left that in. Okay. Yeah, we got it. I mean, ain't that funny? So, now, this isn't entirely done yet. Because I have to make a whole array of these values from the EFFs. But even before that, again, let's go back here. I have to... you know what I could do, honestly? I could edit this method and have it return a string. Yup. So, I can just have it... so this is the type. There it is. This is the actual type. And then what I can do from here is just make... yup. A huge string array, like this. And then here I just specify. So then, I mean, I'm typing normal, but I don't have a better way of saying it. So we have normal, we have... so these two that I tested were just weird. I'm not sure why. Now I know why this is the case for BT3 because those actually got researched. And if it's unknown, I mean I could change this later in the code, let's not worry. So then chargeable. You know, we got chargeable. We got tri-beam. We got target rush, linear rush, and then I said similar too, but similar is not enough for me to properly conclude. So I'm just leaving it unknown, and then unknown again, because I'm not sure. I just wrote, yeah, it's the same as normal, but I don't know it. Like, if it actually is, I don't know it. And then here I put hyper tornado. Now, what I'm assuming, because here's the thing. BT2, I don't think it has grab supers like BT3 does. Yeah, that's what it is, because normally this would have been for the grab supers, but it's not. Or maybe it's actually used for those and I just don't know it. I'm still leaving it unknown, okay? Okay. So then here, yep. So I'm gonna read, okay, I can do it like this. If attack types, and then I put attack type, what is it doing? Oh, I have to complete it. Okay, dot equals, and then I type in unknown, and I just tell it return that, but you also return the value in hex, or not in hex. It could still be in decimal. Shouldn't bother me. So I could just do this. Yep. Now I bet it's bothering me. I can just tell it is because I hurriedly type that. So here it's correct. And then here I just put return a text type. So this only returns the text. This doesn't actually return the value. Because I'm not sure when I'll need the value, if that makes sense. So there we go, I changed it up. Should be good. Yeah, I don't need any comments or anything. Now, my only issue here is that I need to go back right here. And so there's another thing here where I need to call another set of files, if that makes sense, because to explain it somewhat briefly, I can't have, okay, I could, but it would be a mess. I could have the packs and the EFF packs be read at the same time. I could do that. But again, it's going to mess with the filter, and it's also going to mess with the file order. So, like, especially with this part, it wouldn't actually do the replacement properly. It would still leave this part in. Again, I'm fine with this, not an issue. So, my workaround is to go right in here and check the titles. So what I'll do is I'll add a new instance, call it folder EFFs. Very cool. And naturally, I don't need to change much else. Besides this, you know, to be more accurate, again, it's fine. So what I need to do is I need to have this called, but not right now. Okay, because it is confusing, because essentially what I'm doing is I'm rating the packs, and I'm checking if the array is not null, meaning that it actually contains at least one. Although I think, in my case, it could also be 0. But I highly doubt it's like that, because I actually wrote code that specifically prevents that from happening. I'm sure I did. So, like, here, for example. I think here is just going to... Oh, yeah, I don't think I did here. I think I did it later. Yeah, I think I did it later for another method. Again, it's fine for now. That's the classic programmer saying. So, what I'll do, because this stuff right here is still in use, so I can't just scrap it. So, I'll actually legitimately have to make a new set of files, yes. Even though it sounds totally ridiculous. I will have to do it, like, right after the for loop. So, now, it says get files from chooser. Now, what do? So, the -1 was just the filter. That's the change I made. So, I'm gonna have to make another change. Because again, it's going by these filters right here. There it is. So, that, and then... But the thing is, I mean, logically, I could have just added more. Rather than doing this -1 shit, I could have just done that and it would have worked. But I did it sort of in this hacky way to just handle it more, like, properly. That's why I did it. It's just to filter out the files better. That's the only reason why I would do this. Like, if we are realistic, because only DATs and packs are filtered. But the thing is, so it is a little confusing, I understand, but these filters right here are only meant for so how do I say it? They're only meant for the file choosers that have you specify a file, not a folder. So in the case of folders, I just had to make up a system. Even though, realistically, this could have just been 1, not -1. Again, that's just something I thought of. And then here, I could just do this. Even though it doesn't look that great. I mean, I get it. I absolutely get it. And then I would have to just, again, it's the exact same approach. The only difference is, like, I'm not actually validating the files by doing this, because that's what this would be for. But even here, you don't have a lot of validation. You don't have the packs themselves being validated, which would be good, but it is performance costing. What am I saying? Yeah, like, it is expensive. It's a better way to put it. Same approach for EFF files. Or EFF packs, because they're still packs, yeah. Okay, that's good. So now I can just go back here and then change the, like that. I still have to set it to 0. Yeah. Because again, if you go all the way back, that's just the title it has to be. Well, who am I kidding? It doesn't actually have to be though. I literally added a new title, didn't I? Like, literally. Right before I did. So, again here. There we go. 4. So, here, it's not actually going to reset anything. So technically, these should still be in memory. So it doesn't actually compromise anything prior. It's just now I have to make a new call and then read a new set of packs. That's the only issue. I guess if you can consider it that, I would have to literally do this again. So yes, I am repeating lines of code this way. Yes, no doubt about it. Should it even let me? I'm surprised it's letting me do this. Okay. So then we read those, and then again for each one we have a counter. I'm too used to typing I instead of actual counters. Okay. So here, again, exact same line of code, exactly the same. Just this. And then, what do? At the same time as this, I have to make an array, a new array. Yeah, it is a string array. So, string. Now, of course, I had this logical dilemma in my mind. Perfectly logical, which was, hey, do I return an entire array of strings, or do I return an array of bytes, and then I have each byte, or the one that's highlighted, I have that turn into... Yeah, I guess that would be more efficient, honestly. Let's try that. That's what I had going on previously, yeah. No, I can literally just do that and it will work. Because it's quite literally... I mean, this is still good logic, so I can't leave it out, but I would just do this. And then later, I would try and mess with it, but that would mean having it static, not private. That's the only difference. No, that's literally it. That's the only difference. That's all that would change, and then I just go here. Yeah. No, that's fine with me. No. I mean, both approaches are valid. I just have to change this now. Let's go back up. I mean, I don't have to go back up exactly, because it just depends on the number of packs we have. Again, there's no validation. So I can just add attack types like this, and then new byte, files.length. Again, same approach. And then what I do, I call functionality, and then I have it get the special attack type. Perfect. And then here it gets the attack ID. Now this is the best part. Where do I get the attack ID from? Because of the way I wrote it. Now that's where I need another loop. Yes. I need... Yeah, no joke here. I need a whole nother loop just for this. So, that's why the I needs to change. So, here, what I'll do, I'll make... Again, exact same approach as last time. Although, I may have to change it because we're only doing this... I mean, it could be useful for Blast Ones too, I just don't know yet. I really don't. I might have to check it out because maybe there is a value, and I just don't know it yet. So, 112. Oh yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, there's literally nothing. Now, if I recall, this was instant transmission, and the other one was like wild sense. So there's like nothing anyway. I'm assuming it's like that. This looks weird. I don't know why it looks like so different, this section. I mean, here it says 0-1. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna risk it, but if it's something I don't know, I'm not gonna risk it. So then, here. Yeah, we're just changing where the counter starts. So then here, tag types. Now the only difference is, here I still have to use, so this is the thing. I still have to make a double array. That's what I was trying to avoid. No, I still have to do it this way. So I have to do this, and then this. So I have to set the number of columns, which is the number of supers. So we have the pack count here, and then we have the attack count, but we go for minus. Okay, technically, see, this is the thing, because in this case, I also included the file names, so that's why the +1 is added. But here, these are just tooltips. I don't think these are actually going to be included in the table somewhere. These are just some bytes, okay? So -2 is the fair approach. Okay? Then I just call the method, as I did before. And I'm still annoyed that I have to do it this way. Okay? Attack count, and then here. Yeah, here. No, attack count is good. That's an approach that I actually like, yes. So I still go with that, and then I actually get the array. But now, I have to pass the array to the method right here. So I have to go to start, wherever start is. Why am I saying that? It's right in front of me. Okay, so here, I'm going to call the byte array. And then here I'm going to have the attack types. Yeah, that should be good. Because here I could have renamed data to something else. Let's be honest. But it's a table, so I think we get it. Here, we get attack types. And now... Oh man, this is going to be painful. This is actually going to be painful. Because I had this stupid idea where what if I... what if I added the data? Okay, look. My approach was essentially... This is just for testing. I'm not actually going to do it like this in the final product because it just feels wrong. No, seriously. It just feels wrong. So what I was thinking of doing is... Because I think the number of files is identical. The number of costumes, primary, should match the number of effects. It should. So it's not going to result, I think, in some index out of range or some shit. I don't think it will. So let's do it like this, right? Because we still have the attack names. Okay. So what I'll do, all attack names, pack count, and then again, it has to be, so -2 + 1, if we go by this technicality, it's just -1. So, -1 plus equals, because I'm adding to it, a bracket, and then another bracket. I mean, come on, there has to be a value. Oh my god. And then I put in the type, right? Type, or type ID, could be whatever. Type ID, and then I just put in the value I just got from earlier. I could do that, no issue. I mean, I could have just saved this in a variable of its own, it would have been more readable. For now, let's just test this because I just want to make sure that I actually have the right information. That should be number 1 priority. So if I do this, see, it's going to open back up. Now, an oversight is that it takes me back to the default location. Yeah, I could fix that.
How was I to know it was broken?
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, we actually got... Oh my god. How many minutes has it been? Holy sh... Oh my god, okay. So not even an hour in, and the program's already broken. Yep. And what do I even do? Because in my mind, and this is serious stuff, in my mind I thought I was doing everything correctly. I even explained it. Because, no, seriously, this in itself should make logical sense, this part right here. Because this is what's causing the issue to begin with. It's not... Okay, the only way that exception would be triggered is if the fucking location was wrong. But now, the real matter is, where is it wrong? As in, exactly in which instruction is it screwing up? Because in my case, I just had to return the exception, because that to me already tells me most of what I need to know. So now I know that it's this method that's doing it. Question is, which one? So, for all I know, I can have it print out position 1, and I just enter what needs to be entered. Okay, again, this is just debugging. So. Yep. And then here I can read. I mean, it doesn't matter if I add 4 or not. What matters to me is that I actually read it out properly. So system out, refine, position 2. Okay. Attack back offset. Yeah, should be good. And then here, exact same thing. We just change, because that's like those are the only 3 positions that are ever accessed. So I can actually know where exactly it is screwing up, because I'm assuming it's doing this right from the get-go.
How was I to know it was broken?
Now, of course, I screwed up there, because I went for EFF first. yeah, even though, specifically here, it says character EFFs, which, again, it shouldn't say EFFs exactly, but...
How was I to know it was broken?
Okay. Yeah, you know, that broke it. No, that actually broke it. So, question is, how? Okay, so, I mean, this is also kind of easy to understand, because I didn't actually extract every file. Because what it's trying to do, actually, because think of it this way, you have like 130 something, and then you have 130 minus 129, because I'm literally missing everything. Now, unfortunately, this is AFS Explorer. This is gonna take forever. I have to... I mean, I can do this in enter. You see, that's what I was talking about. Look, the tiny dots around the button. It's like a Windows thing. That's literally Windows. Now, of course, even if I were to extract every file at once and then I clear out the ones I don't want, that equally takes just as long. Like, in theory, that's what will happen. I mean, in theory, because in practice, it would actually slow everything down. Because, I mean, I'm doing this from an external drive, so it's like having a USB in this case, plugged in all the time, and I'm constantly writing data to it. And my actual hard drive, well, it's also an SSD, but you get the point. Like, the one that's in my computer will perform better than this SSD that I've had for 5 years, that I've already used up. Like, it's still functional, but it's not pristine, it's not brand new. So, weird stuff, man, I get it. Okay. Seriously, I have to, like, cut out or just kill the air. I don't know what's the exact expression, but this is the, so this is like where it's like, yeah, can you even blame me for getting this error? Because this is like, this is another validation that I could add. Hey, check if the number of files is equal. But the problem is, I mean, again, that can also be solved. I overwrote the variable, so I can just make a new variable, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can make a new variable for the EFFs rather than overwriting. So, but the thing is, if I do that, I have both of them in memory. So I have 130. And then I have another 130. It's like a bunch of references, really. It's not loading the entire files in memory. It's not actually doing that when it's just the file. But when it's a random access file, that's where it's different. Yeah, that's why performance to me actually matters, because you already notice the issues with not performing well when you have this many files to load. Because normally if it's just one file, you don't really care. But when you have 130, but initially you had like 780, oh man, like that's a lot, right? That's why I had to include that filter. Like that's a must, I feel. Can I just spam enter? Hold on. What if I just hold it down? What if I just hold it down and see if it actually works? I think it's working. Oh my, is it? No, hold on. Is it actually working? Yes, it is. What if I just hold it down? I'm holding it down. It's actually working. This is so dumb. I just thought of it too. I'm not even sure how it's registering the amount of enters, because I'm just holding it. So I'm gonna hold it for a good amount of seconds. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can stop. Oh, yeah, it's moving. But I have a feeling it's not good enough. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as I thought it would be, because I was just holding it. What if I keep pressing it instead of holding it? Because when I was holding, I think it was doing like 2 files. I think it was doing like 2 files at a time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know how this works. Oh my... Dude! This is giving up on me. It's hilarious. Oh my... Imagine if it... Imagine... Dude, no. Imagine if the fucking program crashes because I'm just tapping enter. Oh my god. Yeah, this program's ancient, dude. Yeah, okay, because I also don't know when it's working and when it's not. That's my other issue. But I'm getting close to the end because... Yeah, there we go, Super 17. Yeah, no, we're close. We're close. Thank god. So there's 130 characters, man. It's insanity having to do it for this many to begin with. But again, this is... So it's either the search that's going to be slow, which I don't understand why it is, because if I recall correctly, it's already the fastest approach. Logically. It's not sorting 32,000 items in an array. It's not actually doing that, and then performing binary search. It's not doing that. What it's doing is, it actually... it does like an iterative search, but it actually starts from the last file, which is clever. But what if I have like the first file selected? That goes against the entire point of doing it. I know it's dumb, I know. But, I mean, how else would they actually do this search? Because I've thought about it, and yeah, even if, even in Jagger's program, AFester, even there, like, you could tell that it was, like, difficult to actually have it perform better, because when I ran it on my Windows 7 PC, it almost froze my computer, or something, because I could actually see the memory, and it was already at 2, it was like at 3 gigs, or something, or maybe 2, and my PC had like 4 gigs, so you could tell it was slowing the crap out of my computer. But I like the approach he took with the metadata. The metadata, the important stuff, actually loads faster. So searching for files in his case is way faster. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's literally faster on his program. Loading the AFS on his end is faster because he's not actually loading the entire AFS. which I have a feeling this is doing. Or at least it's loading parts of it. But normally, on display, you only have the metadata. This is all metadata. Like, the file size of a file is not stored in the file itself, well, with the exception of these packs that we're dealing with. That's just the file format, that's not related to the metadata, that's just how Spike wanted to do things. Okay? So yeah. Seriously, this is taking excruciatingly long, and my voice is getting worse. I mean, it's already bad at the beginning, but because now I am a bit more excited, but I'm also incredibly disappointed in myself. Because this search should not be taking this long. I gotta be clear on that. It should not be taking this long. Oh my god. Yeah, we're close. No, I think this is the end. Yeah, stop. Let's not... I'm not sure why these are different. It says 2024. Why are these different? The EFFs. I have no idea why they're any different. But check this out. Yeah, look at this. So, where's the one that says we? We get rid of that. You're out of here. So, now, I can actually try to run the program again. Because my suspicion was, and I'm surprised it didn't, again, there was no index out of range exception. That's what I was expecting. Literally, that's what I thought would happen. And it didn't. So I was like, the hell? Exactly. So, things...
How was I to know it was broken?
Yeah, no, it's still happening. No, I definitely have no excuses now. It's literally still happening. What do you mean reload it? Oh, because I also included it. Yes, I did. Okay, so the position we got, look. So it stops here. This is where it thinks it has an issue. Yeah, this is literally out of range. But why is that? So we went to 24, right? 24. Wait, hold on a second. That's not at all where it should be. Because, oh my dude, what is it doing? Yeah, I don't think it's working the way it should because... Yeah, no, I don't think it's working. So... Wait a minute. Have I gotten everything wrong? Because... Okay, first blast 1, second blast 1, first blast 2, second blast 2. I don't know what the hell these are for. So, essentially, the ultimate is this. Now, for the ultimate, I went for the offset 4. Is that it? So yeah, 4 times 4 is 16, and then you add 4. But that's not how you should do it. It should... Or maybe I was right from the beginning. Yeah, no, I was literally right. No, it makes logical sense. I skipped 4 bytes, and then I... Wow. No, I just... Okay, so essentially, I was right. If I got the math right with the one file I had, it would just give me the exception that I was preventing. That's what it would do. Wow. See, this is where I got it wrong. No, I was right in the beginning, and then I doubted myself. I've done this so many times. Okay, fine. All right, let's launch it. So then here. Again, I'm gonna fix that, don't worry. Because it is annoying, I get it. Oh yeah, look at this. It actually works. Not for ultimates though? Yeah, hold on. What is it doing? Is it just placing the offsets incorrectly? Yes it is. Yes it is. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Yeah, that's what it's doing. I mean, I thought it would place them correctly. I guess... No, seriously, how would I go about doing this? Because what it's doing, that's kind of annoying me. Because technically, the way it should be, right? You subtract 2, but you shouldn't even be doing that. Because technically, no, you shouldn't be doing that at all. Yeah, if anything, there should be +1 right away. Straight up. That's just how it should be. So when I run it again, and I can take out the debug stuff, don't worry. Okay, I can... Why did I close the cons? I didn't... Yeah, this is the part of the programming process where I lose my mind. I mean, it's back up, but it's because it printed something. Okay, here, we fixed it. We fixed it. Now, of course, this is good to look at still. This is good. But that's not what I want. Now, what I was thinking was we have to search up on Stack Overflow because now, realistically, how would I go about giving each cell a tooltip? Because I don't even remember how I did it for the gimmick editor. Yeah. I don't even remember how I did it there. To my surprise. Because, like, look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's perfect. But what I could do, if not for that, what I could do is this. So we go back here, we take out the debug, because we literally found the bug, it was my own incompetence. And then here, we /n, type, and then here, yeah. Okay, let's do it like this. Fine. You know, let's do this. Current attack type. So that it doesn't take me 10 years to type the variable name. Like that. Yeah, we're good. And then, I mean, this isn't that great. I'm still storing. I'm double storing it. Whatever. Look. Let's do it like this. So then here, I get to do this. So, functionality. Dot. No, I'm not calling the... That's not what I... Are you kidding me? I have to make it public, right? Because it's from a different package. Yes, I have to make it public. Okay, we can try again. So, functionality, dot, attack types, and then current attack type. And then it doesn't occupy all this space in the code. Although, in all fairness, it would have anyway. Because, I mean, the string itself, for example, I mean, I could have just done that, seriously. I could have just done that. Alright, let's just open it. Because for now, I could just keep it like this, because I think it does the job, honestly. Yeah, there we go. It opened back up. Now, unfortunately, I am stupid. Why would I enter a new line in the table? Because that's not what's going to happen. So now I have all the text. I have everything that says chargeable. Literally everything. But guess what? It doesn't work like that. I can't add a new line. So, what do I do? Now, naturally, there are many ways to go about this. Let's take this stuff out because it's not needed at the moment. So, my approach, because I don't know how much longer I have. I mean, I guess 20 minutes should be good. If anything, because I am fucking embarrassed to search this, I'm just gonna go Stack Overflow and look up the answer. Because look what I was typing, dude. Look, because why should I even be hiding this? Look at this. Look at these searches, dude. Because I was trying to troubleshoot this. Like, why would the button have its border disappear? And of course, this is embarrassing. No, this is embarrassing. Like, set it to metal. I'm like, you don't need to set it to metal. That's the default. So, and then there was this. I just looked this up for curiosity. Anyway, so I typed Java, and then I typed table, so tool tip, maybe? Just keywords, I guess, yeah. Should be good. So how to add a tooltip to a cell in a JTable. Okay. Get tooltip text. Oh my god, are you serious? Do they actually have to do it like this? So we have... What? I see what it's trying to do, but I hate this approach. This is more efficient. That comment is funny. More efficient than the accepted solution. Oh my god. What's the accepted? Hold on. What's the accepted? What? What is it doing? What is it doing? Yeah, use the default. Okay. So if I use the default then... No, this is what I don't get. If you want me to use the default, I just use the default. I don't have to make my own. Look at this. What is all this? What happened? And then this is the tutorial. Is this from the actual site? Are you kidding me? Are you? Is this how they want us to do things? No, get the fuck out of here. Is this how they actually want us to do it? Look at this. This is what they want. This is it. This is it. This is what they want. Look at this. Oh my God. This is depressing as shit. This is what they want us to do. Yeah, by overriding. Because that's perfectly logical. That is exactly. And then I'm sitting here, like, why the fuck am I doing this? When he says use the default, which is what he does. Or, yeah. Or they. Say they. Yeah, we got it. Okay, look. Look. It's not even that terrible. But I don't see... Hold the fuck up. I mean, there's also this, right? I don't think this is correct. You say you store an absolute path in a cell. You're probably using a J label. And then use HTML. No, I get that. But what if I use HTML for the table text? I mean, if I do that... Holy yeah. No, because then... Oh my god, but then this. So how is this more efficient? Well, it's more efficient because it's literally this. It's... What? So look at this. We have 3 answers, and 2 of them are... Look, I get it. I get it. The tutorials over at Oracle are great, but why even take the time out of your day to actually answer the question instead of redirecting me to this? I have the code right here. Or, yeah, I can override it. Which I just said earlier, I don't like doing it that way. But hey, screw what I like. We don't care about that. Because here it is. It's already been done. It's already been done. What? Because, and again, I hate doing it like this because Eclipse doesn't actually help me. So I have to type get tool. Is it tool and then the next one's tip? Yes, it is. Wow. Yeah, I'm embarrassed to be programming in this language. Okay. Mouse event. E. That's what we call an event, just E. But what do we call exceptions though? E also. Oh no, E1, my bad. A runtime exception, really? Do we actually have to include this, or is it gonna... Hold on a second. What does this actually throw? Yeah, I'll get to it. So we have string tip, which, okay, look, I see what he's doing, because it's essentially, when you hover over it, it's just gonna return the value. Well, that's cool. One problem. I don't fucking want it to do that. Now, this is still correct. But why? No, why? Why am I using... Hold the fuck up. Why am I using the point class? What the... Oh... What? I thought it meant like... No, I thought it meant like pixels. Like that X and Y, not the... This makes no sense. No, seriously. This makes no sense. No. Hell no. Yeah, no. What is it? Why does it do this? Eclipse is fucking with me. It's it's annoying me. Go here. You go here. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, I had a mouse listener at one point. I had it. Okay. But then I got rid of it. It's the same shit here. I just changed it. Wow, just incredible. Thanks Eclipse for telling me to make my own. I'm just done. No, I'm done. Look, let's do it like this. So we get the tooltip, and we use the point. Okay, as it's shown here, and then the rest is just whatever. So we get point and then P. Again, classic. We love our one-letter variables. So I keep forgetting what I'm looking at. Okay, thanks. So I get the point from the event, but you see, that's why I thought it was the pixel, because if I do this, the XY position... What? Sometimes this makes no fucking sense. This literally makes no sense, but this is Java. Okay, import... Yeah, there we go, thank God. Now it's actually working. And then I can get the row IDX index. So, what do I do for this? Now here, I mean, technically, you can't just do this, right? Nope, we can't do that. We literally have to call a method that a table actually has. So I have to go here and then check the method, row at, exactly. That's the method we're using. So it's literally going to be row at point. Yes. So what does this say? Returns the index of the row. That the point. So it is the pixel. Yeah. So basically, this is too clever for me. It's not actually iterating through the table. No, it just checks where your mouse pointer is in relation to the table. Wow. I'm not impressed, but very surprised. Yes. Okay. Learn something new. Okay, we got that? We got that. Or do I have to type in column? Why do I have to... Yeah, why? Why? Okay, fine. Okay. So here, we already called in the parameters. So what do I do? Naturally. I don't think this is going to result in an error. So, we should be fine. Now, of course, I could have just ditched this completely. I could just put return and then type. Yes. Type. Of course. Oh no, actually before that, because I mentioned earlier, string. So attack type str for string. Yeah. Okay. So then what do I do here? Naturally, I call attack types. Now I'm going to put row index and column index because that's exactly the right approach. It's a double matrix and a table, which is also 2D. So, now of course, I know what it's doing. I know. I fucking know. Functionality, dot, attack types. And then it does this to me. Yeah. Nice. Incredible job. Yes. You fucking dickhead. Okay, there. It looks good to me. Now, if this piece of shit equals unknown, then return. Okay. And then if it's unknown, I actually type the value in the brackets. Yes. This is professional. Right here. This is professional. Okay? So then, attack types, row index, column index, and should be good. Otherwise, you just return this. Now, I don't have to put in an else. Obviously, if this doesn't go through, it just moves to the next line. So, hopefully, this approach works. And then I can take back my laugh, because I said, no way this is more efficient. No way. I mean, less lines of code, right? You know, but both... Okay, logically, both of them overwrite something. So, to me, it wasn't that much different. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see if I go insane even further. Wait, where's the tooltip? Where's the fucking... Where's the... Where... Where... Oh, wait. It showed up. Oh my god, it's here. It actually worked. Oh my god, it actually worked. It actually worked. Yeah. But I don't know how. I mean, yeah, I held it down for like a second. Wait, yeah, okay, now it's not doing it. How does it? Yeah, it does it here. It's so random how it decides to do that. Okay, look. I'm trying to find one that says unknown. You're telling me there's nothing unknown here? Also, this is like the wrong... Yeah, this is what's annoying me. This is not even the right fucking location. It's only doing this. Again, what is it doing? What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh my god. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting the index out of bounds. Holy shit. I did not think this through. No, that's my fault. I did not think this through. Because, essentially, the way we're supposed to do it... Okay, technically, this code, in the fucking first place... Okay, let's do it like this. You know what? Let's do it like this. We're actually gonna print the indices. Yes, you're gonna have to do it like that. So, row, and then colon. Why? Because I already know, but I'm trying to like see how I can prevent it. Right? Oh yeah. Let's go back here. Let's look at the console very carefully. 4, 0. Now, let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Okay, here. That's good. So we got 1, 0. Okay, that makes sense. Here's my problem. What if I'm going all the way here? What's it gonna do? Bam! Red messages everywhere. I can see why, but there was no need for an exception. You know, like the method suggests here, this is why you don't copy-paste code in Stack Overflow. Actually try to read it. That's how it should be. So yes, this is more efficient. No, it actually is though, because this, yeah. It might be good for what's going on here, but not here. Okay? So, to assure this, what am I gonna do is this. Watch. Get rid of that. Because I already know what the issue is. So, all these lines right here, like, and this is the way it has to go. Okay? I'm gonna have to copy these and then put them behind an if statement. Because, essentially, I'm trying to check if the row index, or no, the column index, I think it's only the column index we need to worry about. So if it's greater than 1, meaning 2 or higher. So, let's just do this. See if it works. Magically. It will do its thing. Okay, come on. Do I really have to make it return something? Fine. You get a null. If it actually displays something on screen, imagine if I just... Oh my god, that'd be so dumb. Imagine. No, this approach actually works. But I have to remember this in my own head, that I can do this. Meaning I cannot use Eclipse to carry me. Like every other time it does. So, there's no, look at this. Look, nothing. And then I go here. We got something. Unfortunately, it's still wrong. Because once again, my own brain is not doing the math right. It should be 2. Because again, we have the file name. We're trying to skip the file name too, which we already did, but we were 1 behind. So, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. So no file name here. No tooltip, nothing. What about here? Yeah, still nothing. Good. What about here? Did I get an exception? I swear to God. Yes, no, why? Okay, but why though? 3. What? How is 3 out of bounds? Are you kidding me? Okay, okay, for the fucking... Oh my god, of course it is, because that's... Oh my... Damn it, man. Oh my... Again, no, this approach isn't even that wrong. It's just, I have to edit the column index in here. I have to subtract. So how many cells do we have? 3. Naturally, 6 minus 3 is 3. But that's the length, not the actual index. The index would be 5, which would take us to 2. And the array itself is 0, 1, 2. Holy... Dude, this is just wow. Okay, okay, let's do this again. Normal, chargeable. Again, I'm looking for some stupid shit. Like, completely stupid. I'm trying to find something where it's, like, so funny. Yeah. Nothing... Wait, are the other values unused? Like the ones that I said were unknown? Because I thought I would get one of them here. There's not. What? Okay, come on, dude. No, this is embarrassing. Okay, what the hell, seriously? Normal, linear rush, normal, linear rush. Yeah, no, seriously. Wow. Wait, what does it say? The Dragon Fist is normal? It's a rush? Hello? What is it doing, seriously? Oh man, it is kind of trippy, but it does work as intended. Thank God for that. Oh my god, dude. So how long did this take us? Oh, well, yeah, no, that's enough time for me. Hour and a half? Yeah, that's pretty good. No, I'm still gonna leave it running. I don't care. The timer is still gonna be running because, obviously, I forgot to include type. Come on, man, we have to know what text is on the screen. Okay? We can't just have it... Yeah, we can just have it say that. Come on. Okay, there we go. That's change 1. And, hey, this is... So far, you know... Program, it's doing wonders for me. Like, seriously, again, like, it is embarrassing, I have to admit, to go Stack Overflow just to be told, yeah, just go here instead. And whoop-de-doo! That's the answer. Yeah, apparently, in whatever problem I have, I should just be reminded that I can just overwrite a method that I currently do not know to get the answer without having to make a new class. Do you know how annoying that is for GUI? Having to do that, because for more sophisticated programs, that's all I'm gonna have to do. That's all I'm gonna end up doing. So, it is good that I'm trying to avoid it this early. Yeah, let's get rid of this line. Again, that's the cheap way, man, of disabling editing. I mean, yeah, technically did. It technically did, that's not wrong. It's just not good enough. So, if we go here, all the way here. Oh yeah, this is done. This is done. So then I added tooltips to character table display. I was gonna say that display. That show. Or with the last 2 type. Perfect, there we go. We got ourselves version 1.5. Yep. Yeah, we also got this bug fix. And more importantly, I can say that I added this feature. Even though that's just how it is by default. Oh man. That's just how it is by default. Look, I can just say fixed or properly disabled table cell editing without disabling the table. There we go, perfect. That's just great. That is great. Yeah. And yeah, folks, that's my time. You got to watch me go insane and then sane. Yeah, just sane. Just normal. Pretty normal right now.
The name is the engine.